Hello, and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and welcome to episode number 45 of the Jesus Enrique Rosas show. Today is a wonderful day. We have a lot to cover. Many people coming back, many people on the way out. Let's see, fix my tie. So I tried to like a different. I haven't worn this one in a while. I was fixing my audio, my video. Okay, we're ready to begin. Maybe that is not the right shade for the background. We are going to be talking about Bill Gates. Kamala Harris wants to make already some kind of bid for 2028. I think that is great. I think maybe a blue, maybe a shade of blue would be better right now. A shade of blue is nice. Shade of blue is nice. Jesus Nation is in the house. Remember that we are right now live through YouTube on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe. That helps my channel a lot. On Kinesics and on X, on my account Kinesics, still fixing. You know that this is one man show. I get make sure to get everything ready for you. Myself. This is all a one-man show. Why? Well, because this is the way that I do things. I work alone. And I'm also on Rumble. Remember to follow me on Rumble. Create an account on Rumble and follow me there. It's one of the best ways to fight censorship. Anyway, for the time being, all my content is going to be available in all three platforms. If I find something that could be especially contentious, that may get me in trouble on YouTube, certain topics can be, uncomfortable for YouTube, then I will just continue my live stream on X and Rumble. So make sure you create an X account, follow me on X. That's where all the fun is. And I'm completely uncensored on X, by the way. And thank you for your compliments. I decided to go quite navy blue today. Navy blue with a tad of maybe bronze. And the combination was good. Let's see. Let's make sure that I have my X Pro dashboard. Why? Because if you have a tip to send me, if you have something that, hey, Jesus, you need to cover this like right now, you can do it through X. Communicate directly with me. My DMs are open. Just in case anything happens, and we are ready to begin. We see, I told you that we had people missing. People missing, leaving, some coming, and one of that is missing is ABC News host George Stephanopoulos is on the run after being ordered to pay a jaw-dropping $15 million. It's not him that he's going to pay. It's the channel itself to Donald Trump. George has deleted his X account and fans are unable to reach or find him. It's not that we care. But it's nice when people are brought to justice. It's nice when people are brought to justice. Trump giving live conference now at Mar-a-Lago. All right, maybe I will cover it later. Right, that is nice. Maybe the highlights. Maybe we can talk about the highlights later. Thank you, SSJB. Speaking about Trump, you remember that he shared this meme of all the drones taking McDonald's to Chris Christie, and as Austin Alma says, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, my rough heuristic is that the people who don't think this is funny are why Democrats keep losing. So many people didn't find this funny. I mean, even if you were a Democrat, why won't you find this funny? Like, why would you be so, lack of sense of humor that you can find this funny? Case in point, SV that never forget that a significant percentage of his voters like that he is the sort of person who would post this. Okay, Is that something for or against Donald Trump? I don't understand. These people don't understand how humor works. Definitely, just one thing. Sometimes what they think is, oh, we're gonna get back at them. We're gonna be attacking them. I'm gonna share with you right now something that I reposted like barely 5 minutes. I was getting ready like 5 minutes before the show. Just had the time to do this and repost this. Joshua Lice, a ghostwriter. Does Politico realize this reads like an endorsement of Pete Hegseth? What did Politico tweet or publish? Politico. Pete Hegseth has pushed for years to steep American education in patriotic principles and Christian theology. Oh, right. It's like they think that's a bad thing. It's like they think that is a bad thing. That's a problem. They think that, those values are a bad thing. That's why they try to paint that as in all that is going back and nationalism, patriotism, and all that stuff. There are levels to this game. Levels to this game, and you absolutely need to love your country. And Donald Trump absolutely loves the United States. We have this SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son announces the company will invest $100 billion with a B to create 100,000 new American jobs. That is amazing. That's just amazing. This is just by us president-elect. We're still more than 30 days, right? More than 30 days. We're still more than 30 days from the inauguration. More than 30 days from the inauguration, and we're already seeing magic. A part of that magic is the people leaving. We were talking about people leaving, and the los enanos siniestros. The Krasensteins are saying that they will be leaving X for the year. That if you don't know who the Krasensteins are, I really envy you. It's something that I wouldn't want to know who they are. But if you aren't on X right now, it's a great time to join X because all the libtards are leaving. So yeah, it's a much more balanced thing right now, because the only ones who are staying are the ones who you can more or less argue with. Although I am not holding my breath, I'm pretty sure that most of those like this are going to come back because they are going to pay the sky. And no, that is not going to last very much. The kind of content you see there. Jean Cartier, Krasenstein, very good word. Interesting. Why do people think we care who leaves? This is not an airport, right, Samantha? Samantha, you're not driving, right? Tell me you are not driving. All right. I hope so. I have my finger in the ban button. I don't care if you have a tiny wrench tool sign next to your name. But we also have content like this. And I have to say this. I have used Daily Mail content so far as the Royal Rogue. I use the Daily Mail's content like a lot, not gonna lie. I wouldn't like about that. You know about that. I have quoted the Daily Mail, but this Subway killer Daniel Penny all smiles alongside Donald Trump. This is way too much. At this point, I said, okay, I am no longer, no matter what happens, going to quote the Daily Mail. I will try to remember this and not quote the Daily Mail ever again, because that doesn't make sense. That would be hypocritical of me if I say, oh, right, so the Daily Mail is saying this, which is completely inaccurate, despicable, and I hope that they are sued for defamation because this is plain incorrect. And remember that Daniel Penny was acquitted. But it's like maybe they criticize people I I am not aligned with or I don't agree with, then that would be like a bit hypocritical, right? Oh yeah, I quote the Daily Mail when it fits my narrative or my opinion. That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. You already know that. All right, this is not. Maybe I can use their images. That's one thing. But quoting them directly, maybe I can just slash their name or just look for those news anywhere else, because this is plain despicable. And the woman, the woman who created this hit piece, because only the headline is a hit piece, thanks to Laura Loomer, the author of this anti-Daniel Penny Daily Mail online article. Emma Richter is a Black Lives Matter activist. Why? I'm not surprised. I uncovered photos from her private social media accounts which reveal that Emma is a heavy-set white woman with a black boyfriend, and she partakes. I don't want to know what she partakes in. I already know from the headline that I'm not going to like. I'm not going to like it. I am not like. You're not going to like it. Which movie is that? Oh, we don't have Bobcat in the house. You ain't gonna like it. I know that Bobcat listens to that line. He knows immediately it's gonna be from Heat. I think the way to say it would be, "You ain't gonna like it." Remember that diner scene between De Niro and Al Pacino? That scene was savage. I would like to analyze the scenes, movie scenes, every now and then. It would be nice. Maybe at the end of the live streams, maybe we can pick a movie scene or a trailer or something. There was a nice trailer, by the way. I should be looking for that, lest I forget it. A trailer, wall scene. I'm going to just put it this here, just in case I forget. Add it to the end, to the tail end of my show, just in case maybe we can take a look at this. Here we can take a look at this. Just add it real time before we talking about Kamala being a 2028, aiming for 2028. There's a trailer that I want to share with you. A couple things, and we are ready to. We're ready to talk about Kamala wanting to come back in 2028. Not only Kamala, Biden is somehow endorsing her as well. I don't know how many Bidens are there. I think that one Biden just can't just look at her, and now there's a Biden endorsing. I guess that we have at least 7 or 8 Biden clones out there. But the most important thing, I think I'm missing the point. I digress. The most important thing is that for 2028, if Democrats don't choose either Kamala or AOC for that 2028 run, they have become racist and misogynist bigots. I mean, this is something that they have absolutely had to do. You can switch them if you want. Maybe it would be a bit sad that Kamala is set for VP again. No, it's Kamala should run for POTUS again, and AOC her VP. That would be just perfect. That would be just perfection. That would be amazing. Can you imagine Democrats running with a white man or something? No, that is racist. And no white. Can you imagine a white Democrat president, a guy? Oh, I have a gender privilege. I have white privilege. I have XY privilege. No, this is the only choice. This is all that they can do. And for 2028, we already know that. And Biden knows it. You're not going anywhere, kid, because we are not going to let you go. Biden to Kamala. Kamala, who didn't flip a single county, should run again for president in 2028. And I endorse Kamala for president in 2028. Yes, let's do this again. Yeah, how this works, that is part of the 5D chess that we have to play. And let's, I'm going to generate, I haven't generated any of the captions here. Again, this is something that is strange, especially when we talk about the profile of Biden. We have seen Biden from so many angles in so many situations, and we say, is this a real guy or is this some kind of clone? Which Biden is this? I always get those pictures and, oh, have you seen Biden's ears? Is this the original one or is this the not surgery one? Which one is it? I have a very successful video, almost 1 million views, about who is the real Biden. Let's listen to the guy.
I knew what I was doing to ask her to be my vice president. I knew her. I knew of her. I knew about her. I knew her record. I trusted her.
Doing a Biden impersonation is it becomes easier every day. It reminds me of the teacher from Peanuts. You remember Peanuts? It's like the teacher, something unintelligible. I was being bullied by you the other day with my English, but this is, how do you get something like this?
I knew what I was doing to ask her to be my vice president. I knew her. I knew of her. I knew about her. I knew her record. I trusted her. She always served this country with purpose and integrity. And she always will. And you're not going anywhere, kid, because we're not going to let you go. Not going anywhere.
We still don't know if Kamala was really there, or if Biden was having a hallucination, but at least there's the intention, a good intention. If Biden trying to endorse Kamala, you're not going anywhere, kid. You're not going anywhere. And we have some, well, those reports that Kamala Harris, deputy campaign manager, says Democrats have lost hold of culture. I don't know. The only culture I can imagine that Democrats have is twerking. After Trump's win, you don't get a national 8-point shift to the right without losing hold of culture, say deputy campaign manager Rob Flaherty. Oh, it's so nice to touch that they included the Kamala photo that has some kind of, bokeh effect. Not a bokeh effect. It's like blur background, and you see like a halo over her. Yeah, Charlie Brown teacher voice. We don't understand what Biden is saying. It's like it's nice when we got AI enabled captions. That's what AI is useful these days, to understand what Biden is saying and having the captions, because I know that some of you, well, all of us need captions when Biden speaks. I don't have the captions for Kamala either. What kind of show is this? We don't have the Kamala generated captions, because we got an exclusive word salad that I would like to just confirm that we don't know when this video was taken from. I just saw this video trending. You know how it is. So many of you love me reacting raw to this video, so I prefer not to just check on the videos. But it seems that Kamala Harris declares that they will not be defeated and then serves word salad. What is this? Let's listen, because why not?
Our spirit is not defeated. We are not defeated. Let's be clear about that.
All right.
We are strong.
Nice.
We are clear about why we are in this.
Yeah, to kill babies. We already got that.
And because you're here right now, I say, again, thank you, because not only are you clear about all of that, you're willing to put in the hard work.
I'm pretty sure that this is not recent. I'm pretty sure that this video is not recent. I could be wrong, because one is the generation or the quality of the video. Generally, when you have an older video, the generation of the video or the quality decreases, because you like compress it so many times that in the end it is so ends up like that. And this is quite generic, so let's continue.
Hard work, and that work must continue. We cannot let any circumstance or situation or individual ever take away our power to know why we do what we do and our ability to then get that work done.
All right, to be fair, that sounds like current day Kamala. It sounds like current day Kamala. And in all cases, the video compression makes her look good. She looks nice. I have to give it to her. She looks nice, thanks to the video compression.
And especially because we know what we stand for, and that's why we know what to fight for. We here believe in the promise of America. All
right, so again, totally generic video. We have no idea, but we have an idea that CNN, you know that CNN is a bit of a rough time these days. They're in a rough spot. We are the new media. We content creators on YouTube, on X, and on Rumble. We are the new media right now. We are the media. Look at me. I'm the media now. But Kamala Harris is gearing up to run for president in 2028. I mean, this would be glorious. It would be just glorious. Let's watch this.
Tell us what the likelihood is of Harris running for governor.
What she's been saying to people over the last couple of weeks, donors, other supporters that she's been talking with, is, you haven't seen the last of me. I'm not going quietly into the night. Advisors, people close to her, are debating about what that means. They do not want her final official act ever to be essentially certifying Donald Trump's win over her.
That would be just awesome. That would be just amazing. Kamala's last official act, endorsing Trump's victory. That I know that body language analysis will reach 1 million views easily. Jesus Nation is the new media. I am the media now. Yeah, CW is one of our lovely mods, and she's there with her tiny wrench to, well, be the judge and executioner to anybody. But live chat is always nice. But here we are. We are at this point in time where we're expecting to Trump, inauguration day, the Kamala Harris be there, look for that body language, and then what? What's going to happen to Kamala? How is the Democratic Party just get rid of her? That would be essentially acknowledging that DEI is a failure. They know. Biden said that himself, that Kamala was basically all that diversity and equity and inclusion and all that.
Especially 4 years after January 6th. And so they look at this governor's race in California in 2026, and it seems to them like a layup, essentially, that she would probably clear the field, or mostly clear the field, and she would get to be governor of California. It's a pretty good job, right?
It's a pretty good job, yeah, because most of the job, which is destroying California, has been done by Gavin Newsom, so Kamala Harris would essentially have to do nothing. Okay, you just leave every system in place, and the destruction of California would. Well, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. Essentially, it's not California. Certain cities in California are being it's turned to pieces. We need to take that back. We need to turn that around somehow.
Ronald Reagan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jerry Brown. But if she does that, that means that she couldn't turn around and run for president again in 2028, right? She'd need to essentially declare right away. And that is what it really comes down to, because there are people close to her who say she didn't get a fair shot this year. It wasn't up to.
She didn't get a fair shot. She got $2 billion to spend. She did not get a fair shot. Give me a break. Oh, she got only barely 100 days. Yeah, but how many of you got messages? How many of you got SMS, direct messages from Democrats? How many of you? All of you, several times a day. How much in messages? How much in those stupid interviews? She didn't get a fair shot. I would say that I want Kamala to run for a whole, campaign. Let's say how much is a whole campaign? 1 year or something like that. That would be nice. That would be really good for my channel. Not going to lie, I could be a bit unbiased. I like a conflict of interest in there, that would be nice. That'd be absolutely
done,
nice.
and look how well she performed anyway. She should get to go again in 2028. And then there are ones who say, look, with where things are with the Democratic Party, she would not have a clear field, a cleared field, rather, in the Democratic primary, and could lose the nomination. And to come off of 2024 into that would be really terrible.
Well, so she is basically in a spot in which it's anything that she does is going to be seen like, well, very bad. You got 75 million votes. 75 million votes in 2024. How can't you run again in 2028? If you run in 2028, how the Democrat Party, how Democrat voters aren't going to root for you? Because you wear, the party of joy. You wear the party. You wear the symbol of all this baby killing era. How are they going to vote for a white man instead? No, they cannot do that. They cannot do that. They have to go full DEI, because if they voted for any man, there would be misogynist. Oh, you didn't let Hillary win. You didn't let Kamala win. We need to give Kamala a proper opportunity. Maybe $5 billion campaign, a $5 billion campaign, and that way she will be elected. And if you don't vote for Kamala Harris in the primaries, you're a racist and a misogynist and a bigot. That's it. I've thought about creating some kind of shadow account, secret account, and build it inside the ranks of the libtards and just pushing for full-on woke DEI, and, well, like destroy them from within. But like 24 hours in a day, I need to sleep more, something that I needed to tell you. With all this stuff, something that I need to sleep better, something that I got told today, and because that's the way that I have more brain energy to try to make sense of all the stuff. Because it would be nice if we just talk about the common sense stuff. Let's talk about what is the future of the United States and the future of a part of the Western world if everything goes to plan. But we need to address all these people. We need to, attack the opponents of common sense. And that attacking always requires a bit of extra energy. And so I absolutely 100% need to sleep better. Have some kind of fluff here. DEI didn't earn it. That's it. Didn't earn it. I signed up for Kamala Mail to troll Fussy Doxy. Why did you say some kind of masochist or what? Are you some kind of masochist of what? But the idea, if I create that account, it should be secret, right? Nobody should know that I'm that account, because if anybody knows that I'm that account, then it would lose its impact. Oh, Bobcat, you're in the house. Bobcat, we had a movie question for you. I have movie questions for you. I want to move on to a second topic, a topic that I'm going to tag me as sexist. Okay, wait a second. Remember that we still need to talk about Bill Gates. We are going to talk about the drones looking for bombs or radioactive stuff. We will talk about Canada. Oh, Canada, you are in my heart. But right now, I have to address this video. We don't need a sound for this video. We need to address this video, which is from the UK. And this video, I'm going to show you the reason why, it's not that I believe it, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. Women should not be police officers. I'm sure that I'm going to trigger a lot of people here, but I still really don't care, because this is part of biology. This is how biology works. This is what's happening in the UK. They were trying to take down this guy. I don't know who the guy is. My guess is that his name is Abdul. You can see, let's see a couple of things here. The guy is really a unit. And you see that there are no less than 3 cops trying to take him down. You see the pepper spray, first and foremost. Okay? That is important. Maybe that does something. I have my doubts in this case. You're going to see they're trying to, this lady right here, okay, is trying to take him down. And there's a male officer, at least. There's a male officer. That is interesting. And what is the male officer? What is this lady trying to do? Like, she has seen too many judo championships or something. She's trying to go all judo on the guy. After, I don't know if she received part of that pepper spray. What? Just looking the other way, because I think she got part of that pepper spray on her face. You can see from the, oh, I messed it up. You can see from the angle of the aperture angle of the pepper spray that she got some on her face. Hey, friendly fire. Friendly fire. She tries to take Abdul down. Let's call him Abdul. I don't know who the guy is, but you can see that he weighs how much? Like 200, easily 200 pounds. Easily 200 pounds. You see that? What are you doing? What is this? And the guy tries to, hit Abdul's legs, and to no avail. This baton, it doesn't look like the right thing to the job. If you have actual calves, okay, man calves, that is not gonna do it. And if you have thick pants, Abdul keeps walking here and there, everywhere, and they're just following him. What is she doing? Why is she grabbing Abdul? What does she think she's going to do, just grabbing him by the sweater like that? What is she going to achieve? Oh, Abdul was just hanging out. And no, Abdul keeps walking like he's like some kind of Robocop. And what does this guy do? It's like he hits the floor in frustration. What is he doing? Oh, I cannot take Abdul. Okay, he's retracting his baton or something like that. He's retracting his baton because the baton, he understand. This is when Mike understood the baton did not work for shit. Well, let's skip the baton, and then this lady's trying to maybe argue with Abdul. Hey, Abdul, can you behave? Can you behave? And I'm going to hit you with my gun. This is not the gun. This is the same baton that she's using in a hammering technique. But you see that, well, you need some triceps and lats and weight. The kind of things that men have. Again, you might say, "Oh, you're so sexist. Women are stronger than men." Yeah, in Marvel movies, she's hitting her head. They're trying to do something about this, and it's so hilarious. I'm trying to keep that on the frame, and there's another angle, and there's these two ladies. Pay attention to these two ladies that they were having a morning walk, and they were just minding their own business, and they decided to be citizen journalists, something that Keir Starmer doesn't like. But citizen journalists are the media now as well. And that's why we are looking at this plain stupid display of two women and a man taken to take this unit, Mr. Abdul, who will not relent. And it's like the lady said, have you seen such a stupid scene before? No, I haven't. So that's why I'm filming, because I want to show this to my husband. He says that, yeah, women shouldn't be cops. And the guy's hitting Abdul again. Oh my God. Yeah. Maybe she's calling a friend. Yeah, three of them, two of them are women. They're doing nothing. It's like playing. I'm really trying to keep this in the frame, but I don't know. The original cameraman was a bit groggy. Make sure if you are a citizen journalist, to make sure to adjust your camera to your phone stabilization to, drunk. If you feel a bit tipsy, it helps, to point the camera at what's going on. What's happening with this cameraman? Just failed as a citizen journalist. But now look at this. It's like, how come this male cop backs down? He's got the baton right behind him, and he begins backing off. He's backing off. And if I'm not wrong, there are four of them trying to take Abdul down. We should have some kind of, blind analysis in which we see, we start watching a video and we try to guess, we place bets and see who is going to win this, who is going to win this encounter. And you see that I don't understand. I have no idea what kind of procedure is this. But no, it's like no, Abdul is telling, I'm just going to, and more pepper spray, a second time. And this lady, of course, she is already wary that she doesn't want any more pepper spray on her face. So she's doing the Neo Matrix thing, avoiding the pepper spray. And Abdul is doing the logical thing to do. Turn. It's like when waltz. Turn around. This is baffling. This is something. Oh, and why does Abdul looks like a I'm going to tell you. Abdul looks like those guys who attack you when you play as Batman in the Arkham games. It's like, they come with bats and stuff, and you play as Batman and you get rid of them. Absolutely. He's got a red glove. He's got a red glove. This must be some kind of, group, special group. This lady realized that she left her mobile phone at home. Oh, I left my mobile phone at home. I should be filming this. And she tries to argue. She tries to speak some kind of, common sense into Abdul. But Abdul is, no, I'm out of here. Leave me alone. This is embarrassing. This is just embarrassing. Look at this. This is the Western world right now. This is the Western world. You got two male cops. Two male cops. Here. It's two male. No. It's three female cops. Three female cops. My bad. Four of them. Three of them are female. The male cop is, simply not engaged. You see that he's in the background. Okay, I'm quitting. And these two ladies that could be better off, I don't know, office work and not on the streets, are trying to, seize or arrest Abdul. Oh. They're trying. They're really trying. But no, this is not working. It's not working. Abdul is not even moving. And you see that the man is so frustrated. That he begins yelling. He begins yelling at the lady who is filming. Oh, I cannot take Abdul down. Maybe I can just go full baton on the lady who is filming. And to be fair, the lady has purple hair. So thanks to the purple hair lady, we got this part of this footage. And oh, you cannot. And then you see, this is the funniest part. This is my favorite part. You see that the blonde lady who doesn't look as fit either, she begins to harass the other with the phone, and the other begins shouting, "You're not gonna get me. You have to get Abdul, not me. Your job is not taken away. I am a citizen journalist." Yeah, this this is it. Final frame of the video. This is baffling. I've never seen something like this, and I just needed to share this with you. I'm going to play the full video so you can see it for yourself. It's again a bit hectic. I'm going to make sure that you see it from beginning to end. The pepper spray. Everyone gets that except Abdul. Abdul rubs his hand. They try to take him down with the baton. The guy is doing as best as he can, but no, Abdul will not relent. It's like we should have some kind of score, an energy bar. And yeah, Abdul has big main character energy, not batons to the legs, baton to the head, baton to everything, pepper spray, 3 powerful cop ladies. Women should not be police officers. Women should not be police officers, period. That is as simple as that. To be fair, to be completely fair, I'm pretty sure that 4 men would have trouble taking Abdul down. That is a fact. I saw a video the other day. It was on the United States. This is from the UK. Let's see. Let's put this. This is a very good frame. A video from the United States where 4 police officers, 4 men, were trying to get this guy who weighed like 50 pounds less than Abdul, and they had trouble putting him inside police car. 4 men, 4 of them, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. They couldn't just close the doors. Okay, 4 men. What are women doing as police officers? No, that is a big no in my book. That is the most absurd thing. You can call me everything you want, but biology, testosterone, muscles, and mechanical advantages, thanks to biology, are going to slap you in the face any day of the week. So stop with the woke and DEI nonsense, because you know that these ladies enter the maybe the force with the best intentions, but they cannot pass the same physical tests as men do. So they have to lower the bar of these physical tests. And what does it? What do you have in the end? That the criminals in the world, especially those who weigh more than 200 pounds, well, they get away with this. They get away with this. This cannot be tolerated. So, no. Oh, ho, Mickey TX, you have a point. Or Secret Service. No. Not even a Secret Service. There's one thing though. There's one video. I don't know if you remember this video of one police officer that he was with this basketball player at a hotel, and this basketball player, which I never knew if it was a man or a woman, received 2 point blank shots I guess it was a 38 caliber to the chest, and it still was slashing 5 more seconds. So no, this is not even with guns. Sometimes not even with guns you can stop. Do they have tasers? They don't have tasers. I understand that they don't have tasers in the UK. This is something that some of you don't know. But in most countries of Europe and the UK, in general, everything is banned. But you are, for example, a woman in the UK, and you cannot carry pepper spray. If you are found pepper spray in your purse, you, I don't know if you go to jail or something. You cannot carry anything to defend yourself at all. No sort of knives more than, if I remember correctly, 6 centimeters or something like that, a couple inches. No, you cannot carry anything to defend yourself. Nothing. And so many of these, Abrodians with machetes freely carrying them with no. If you complain, well, you're a racist, and you go to jail. You go to jail because you cannot be racist. You cannot be racist. What is next today? Debbie Osmos is asking what is next today. I'm going to show you what is next today. There's a couple important things we should address. We got a body language analysis as well. But I should be addressing this. Let's talk about Bill Gates for a moment. You know that I have analyzed Bill Gates a couple times in this channel, and every single time we reach the same conclusion. This guy has something. This guy is evil in some way or another. There are many people that still worship him, that still say, oh, that he's doing things for all the right reasons. He's doing all this research, but we know from his own mouth all that he's tried to push, especially in these technologies that is, in his own words, we have to keep playing around or fooling around with. I wouldn't say that things that you are going to inoculate into your body as something that would be nice to, fool around with or play around with. There should be very strict clinical trials for anything that enters our body, be it vaccines or food or anything. That is important. That is important part. And in this case, we are seeing that after all that Gates has been pushing, he knows that he can push it because of his so-called credibility and all this, how many people in the world look up to him. But the problem is, there's a conflict of interest as well, that if you are for example, independent researcher or independent scientist, and you have this breakthrough technology, you need funding. And what happens if Bill Gates decides to, support your funding? But that funding, maybe you are an independent researcher and you're researching how to make cows fart less, which was one of the topics that I covered with my conversation with Leilani Dowding. It's something that is unnatural, what they're trying to do with cows, with all these chemicals, with all these, drugs. And it all boils down to the money that Bill Gates has and his reputation. Because if Bill Gates had no reputation, this would not be happening. And right now, he's scrambling to protect said reputation. Because you know that Bill Gates went to an island. You know which island, right? You know which island. You know which island we're talking about, the Jeffrey Epstein Island and all that, and that's what caused the divorce with Melinda Gates. I have like 7 videos. I have a whole playlist of Bill Gates videos. You can just look on my channel, the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, Bill Gates. You will find all my videos on him. It's a complete telenovela, like a Mexican telenovela, but this huge ass villain. Not huge in the sense of physical, but it's maybe one of the most relevant villains right now. And right now he's lobbying the Senate night and day to prevent the Epstein Island list from being released. And then Dick Durbin comes out and says he's not going to release the names. And Bill Gates met with Senator Dick Durbin last week. We need to add some captions to this, so we hear the words of Kash Patel himself talking about all this process and understanding how Bill Gates is so scared. If so scared, because why? It's not like he's going to be broke. Bill Gates cannot be broke. It's just not possible. It's just he's one of the billionaires of the world. But it's not about the money. It's about the power. And the only way to have that power is to have influence. And influence, a big part of influence, is credibility. Depends, of course, on what you want to do. Because, of course, Kim Kardashian or Cardi B have a lot of influence in some way, not for endorsing presidential candidates, that's for sure. Like Taylor Swift has a lot of influence, but it doesn't work in political. Maybe Beyonce should have sang that song, maybe 4 minutes, but it didn't work. But if that credibility is taken away from Bill Gates, then his power over all this industry, all this, let's say, basement scientist industry, which is great sometimes. I'm not saying that every single one of these scientists have ill intentions, but for them, it would be much better to be aligned with what Bill Gates wants, because I'm going to invest in this and not in that. So I want to do research as a scientist, so maybe I should be aligned with the guy who has the money. Conflict of interest. But now we have this. Let's hear the words of Kash Patel on this issue.
That Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list. And why is it that the Senate, and good for Senator Blackburn to try to get it out, but then Dick Durbin comes over the top and says, no, we're not going to release the names. I don't care about the list itself, but if you release the names, right? What the hell are the House Republicans doing?
What the hell is the House Republicans doing? This is something that has to be released. This has for full transparency and how to trust the government again. This is important because that is something that is happening in other countries. People do not trust their country. Something that is happening in the UK is that, okay, this might have been the Tories or this had been Labour, but at this point you don't trust any of those parties. And if you don't trust any of the main parties of your country, what is left for you to say, I'm not going to vote, all politicians are the same, nobody's going to come here and do the actual transparency. So that is the thing, that even if Kash Patel is the FBI director, I don't know which hurdles they will have to release this kind of information. I'm pretty sure that it boils down that, of course, the confirmation that Kash Patel is going to be the FBI director. And once he does that, he will release those names and all hell will break loose. And they will know how many times Bill Gates went to that island and who he hang out with. At this point, we also have reports. All this is alleged. All this is unofficial information that the FBI right now is negotiation with celebrities, the celebrities who appear on the Diddy tapes. What kind of negotiations? It's very easy. You appear on one of these tapes. You know that these tapes are going to be released after January 20. You want us to destroy these tapes? Well, then you have to, I don't know, maybe pay some money, or you have to sign this kind of document to sell your soul again to us, so you don't mess with us, we don't mess with you, some kind of reciprocal. We destroy the tapes, maybe you pay, so the tapes are destroyed. Who gets a say on that? But I'm absolutely sure that they are scrambling to destroy all that evidence. How is this going to be confirm or not that it was destroyed. Who is going to take the fall if evidence is destroyed, which I'm pretty sure is a federal crime. But I'm 100% sure that people who want that swept under the rug would do anything, will pay billions to get that erased from everywhere. That's not a surprise. We know that is not a surprise. And at some point, I just wish that the transparency that we want for the United States will eventually, expand to other countries, and people will realize that we need to demand more of our governments, no matter which country you're in. This is important. We need to be to demand more transparency for our countries. J.E. Mays, another of our lovely mods. Jay-Z is in the vice grips in a tough situation right now. Yeah, it's Jay-Z knows. Jay-Z knows that. Yeah, there are tapes. I don't want to think that they are Bill Gates tapes, because that would be really disgusting. That would be vomit-inducing. But at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. For anything. But that is the current state of affairs. Bill Gates wants senators to, do their thing. And money is talking in this case. Let's see if the money of actual justice speaks louder. Let's see. I have to fix. I haven't fixed my chair. I need to a brief pause until we move on the next topic. Cat Williams has already said that Jay-Z bent over for Diddy. It's damn near impossible to be honest in the music industry now. Yeah, you remember, I always remember Robert Greene's words. I have worked with everyone in Hollywood and in every industry, including Hollywood, but no industry is as dirty as the music industry, and that is saying something. All right. Anyone still have a cassette player in the car? No. I wish I had one. I miss the hiss of cassette tapes. What do we have here? Before we move on to Canada? Not move to Canada, move on to Canada. I want to talk about body language. I make an example of body language right now with this that popped up on my timeline today. A bit of body language, and Rivellino is the green lines guy. I always get that question all the time. Hey, are those green lines legit? I remember that Dan Go asked me a question for a podcast, and I would say that the green lines stuff is a nice heuristic. No heuristic, no rule works 100% of the time in body language or in human behavior. So you use many of them. You use 20, 30, 40 of those rules at the same time simultaneously, so you can get to reach a better conclusion. And he was talking about this picture. I don't know if I'm sure that you can see it in full right now. There's who are these people? Let's say that we don't know. It's obviously a UFC fighter with his, wife or girlfriend. But the important thing is to look at their body language. What's going on in here? And there's one thing that I saw immediately that caught my attention. You think that there's this connection with them? There's a real connection. Some of you already don't like this picture. SSGP, you don't like this photo. You're talking about this photo, and this one. Oh, you don't like it, right? But what do you think about the post? The post. Let's a couple of things is that I show that their facial expressions were nice, but the problem with body language is that usually we are very good at lying with our faces. I remember that it was Joe Navarro who said that on his book, What Everybody is Saying. People are very good at lying, or we are very good at lying with our faces, but we are not that good at lying with the rest of our body. And as I go away from our faces, harder and harder. But in this case, they had a nice expression. The only thing that I see is that she is way more upright than him. Okay, she is leaning a bit towards her, which it's sometimes odd, right? You want that classic posture in which the man is more upright and she is maybe her head is tilting a bit towards him, and you can see here that she's completely straight and he is just leaning his torso and head is leaning just a bit towards her, just a bit. So that's the first thing, that you're a fighter, you are this tough guy, you are like right off of a fight because, well, you have, is that blood or what? I don't want to find out. I really don't want to find out. And but you look like a tough guy. You look like someone who would make turn me into a pretzel in like 5 seconds. I give you that. But the body language with your lady is not that good. Rivellino always mentions the claw. The claw in this case is a very soft claw. The hand of the lady on his straps near his neck. I sometimes don't have a problem with the claw when this is subtle. I always have a bit more of a problem. I don't know. This part. I have tried to find scientific research about this, but I have never liked this gesture. Okay, she's touching her man's chest, but I've always sensed this gesture as like stopping. Okay, as don't get any closer. I don't know. I always had that feeling. Maybe it's a bias. It could perfectly be a personal bias about that. He is putting his hand on her hip. That is nice. Okay, there's a bit of a playful, possessive gesture. That is important. Possession is important. This is a bit of a possessive gesture. That is nice. This is also that. But the thing that I had the most problem with was their feet. This was instant. This was instant. When I saw the picture, this was the first thing that I saw. In fact, this is the first thing that I see in every single person. I automatically look at their feet. I look at what shoes they are wearing. I'm a firm believer that shoes can tell you a lot of someone's personality, what kind of shoes they wear, what are the circumstances. Are the right shoes for the circumstances? Are the shoes tidy, clean, are well kept, are worn out? What kind of worn out? What kind of do the shoes match with the personality? They walk appropriately, or they are comfortable to walk on them. A lot of things you can find out from the from shoes, but in this case, it was not the shoe itself. It was her left foot. She has, I'm going to show you here what is going on. She's got her upper body turned. You see that is turned towards him, right? You see it, her chest. You always have to imagine body language, three arrows. One arrow that pops from our face, one arrow that pops from our chest, and one arrow that pops from our feet. The most important arrow that you have to pay attention to is the one that points from your chest forward, okay? Where that arrow points is the most important of attention. We can lie with the arrow of our head as much. But the most important is the chest. The chest, in this case, is nice. She is turning towards him, so it fits. But what happens as we go downwards? It's like her hips are completely towards us, and then at the end, it's like her feet are, it's like she's spinning. It's like she's spinning, and it's like her left foot is not only like creating this barrier against him, but it's going away from him. Some of you in the comments, I think it was Bobcat, that maybe he pulled her towards him. Okay, so that's why she lost maybe her footing. But I don't think so, because these pictures, this is kind of pictures where you have this roll of paper, okay, to don't have a continuous roll of paper. These pictures, you usually take these pictures and they stand still in this pose. Okay, you have time to pose. So she's, my best guess, she is literally posing for this. She's actively posing for this. And that pose, that foot going away from him, no, that is the you can tell a lot from people by the shoes they wear. I wanted to show you this just because of that. The lesson of today, boys and girls, is that you have to look at people's shoes and feet. Where are the feet pointing? The way that his feet, for example, his feet are planted firmly on the ground. They're feet of a fighter. This tremendously stable angle, the separation. You know that this man is ready for fight, ready for action. Her feet, of course, are closer together, more feminine, a very feminine gesture, but it's the orientation of her left foot that doesn't match this doesn't match whatever is happening on the top. So that is the kind of contradictions and inconsistencies that you have to be very wary of. Which other example we have this? We have another examples. People were doing other examples. There was another picture of them. Thanks to Sam Silent Mind 92, there's another one. She owns him, so she takes the lead, placing herself before him, similar to Meghan and Harry. So this kind of pictures in which the woman is in front of the man are very hard to pull off, especially when she is almost the same height of the man. Okay, it looks at 100% looks like the man is hiding behind her. Okay, this looks like he is hiding behind her. Okay, this is another thing, much more protective. Maybe he is leaning into her, but this looks like he is hiding, especially because he's like peeking from behind her. Hey, who is there? I'm gonna throw you, my lady, at you. It's like this picture that we analyzed on the Royal Rogue a while ago. Do you remember Meghan and Harry? This you have Meghan up front to the camera, up front, face, body, everything, and Harry holding her hand, and Harry is turning like away, and Meghan is in front of Harry, and like Meghan is like, oh, she's the mother and she's protecting Harry. Yeah, that doesn't look good. It's not a good posture. It can work sometimes. There's always a counter example to things. This is one of my, Boris Vallejo is one of my favorite fantasy artists, and Flash Gordon, this is one of my favorite works of Boris Vallejo. And of this, the body language of this one, I've had talked about this picture a couple times. The lady is on the front, is up front. She's got a feminine pose, all right? And Flash got a very manly pose. And the way that the difference in height, of course, helps a lot. And the way that he's holding her is more like a possessive, protective gesture. This is the body language that you're looking for. That man is protecting the woman, that the man is possessing the woman. This is the thing that we are looking for. This is a classic man and women body language. That's why it's absolutely on point. That's why it's nice to study not only real photos but also art. That's how I found Jesus. His Megan commentary slayed me. Oh, that's slay. So I slayed. That's nice. So many of you, I know that started listening to my Megan commentary here on the body language guy. When I was the body language, I'm still the body language guy. My typing stopped cooperating. I'm still the body language guy, still the royal rogue, but you know that we are talking about a lot of things. We still have a lot to talk about. Still have some to talk about. Let's see. We still have some topics in here. Let me a couple more topics. I know that you like the long lives, right? You don't like anything that is less than 2 hours. You don't like anything than 2 hours. We need to talk about Canada. We need to talk about Canada. We need to talk about drones again, that we have a better idea of what the drones are looking for. Some kind of uranium or warheads or something. I'm not going to scare any of you into screaming and trying to shoot these drones, but there's one thing that people are saying. Before we talk about the drones, I want to address this. Let me drink a bit. Just one moment. I'll take whatever you can do, Jesus. I will always try to be at the next one. Thank you, Joyce Love. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to do my best with my commentary, be as varied and on point as possible. But I know that I have to focus on politics at this point because, well, there's so much at stake. It's fun, of course, talking about fun stuff like those female police officers. Was it fun? It was fun, right? But sad at the same time. But there are topics like the Canada topic that we need to address, because this is the kind of things that I told you that this is how the United States affects or influences the world. Canada's deputy prime minister resigns as tensions with Trudeau rise over Trump affairs. PM. Chrystia Freeland, who is also Minister of Finance, says country faces grave challenge from Trump policy. And you remember that Trump made this not so joke. It was a pleasure to have dinner the other night with Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada. Like let's annex Canada as a state of the United States, the 51st state. I look forward to seeing the governor again soon so that we may continue our in-depth talks on tariffs and trade, the results of which will be truly spectacular for all. Donald J. Trump. And for this lady decided to, no, this is way too much. This is not going to work. I'm going to resign. Why? Why did she resign? The letter tells you everything that you need to know. It has been the honor of my life to serve, blah, blah, blah. On Friday, you told me you no longer want me to cast Trudeau. You told me you no longer want me to serve as your finance minister and offer me another position in the cabinet. Upon reflection, I have concluded that the only honest and viable path is for me to resign from the cabinet. To be effective, a minister must speak on behalf of the prime minister and with his full confidence. In making your decision, you made clear that I no longer credibly enjoy that confidence and possess the authority that comes with it. It's nothing personal, because no Canadian, and by extension, nobody in the world thinks that Justin Trudeau, by any means, by Justin Trudeau himself, has any of those qualities. So, no hard feelings. For the past number of weeks, you and I have found ourselves at odds about the best path forward for Canada. Our country today faces a grave challenge. The incoming administration in the United States is pursuing a policy of aggressive economic nationalism, including a threat of 25% tariffs. We need to take that threat extremely seriously. That means keeping our fiscal powder dry today so we have the reserves we may need, blah, blah, blah. Okay? That means pushing back against America First economic nationalism with a determined effort to fight for capital and investment and the jobs they bring. That means working in good faith and humility with the premiers of the provinces. I know Canadians would recognize and respect such an approach. No, Canadians want all of you out. Canadians want all of you out. Every single one of you. Every single one of you. You have destroyed a beautiful country. I've destroyed. I will always be grateful for the chance to have serving blah, blah, blah. I look forward to continue to work with my colleagues at Liberal Member of Parliament, blah, 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 liberal scum. Liberal scum. And now nobody is getting a check. They are canceling it. Scoop, Freeland, to reverse, promise $250 working Canadians checks in mini budget Monday. This is like some kind of retaliation. Like she's mad. She is really mad. And this is the thing that I am telling you. Is that these people despise the country and its citizens. That's what you get from people on the left. No matter which country we're talking about, they despise the citizens. I'm going to show you a clip of Trudeau as well. I haven't added the corresponding captions. I apologize. Going to create those subtitles in real time. And meanwhile, we're going to see this opinion from a guy that has a very good pulse on what means of Freeland going away. This is from Ed Greenspan. I'm not sure I have ever seen such a sweeping condemnation from a departing minister. Canada, U.S., fiscal management, federalism, political gimmicks, working for ourselves. Plus, why would a self-respecting central banker agree to be finance minister in an imploding government? How does that work? But the problem is that, as I'm telling you, these people hate Canadians. Let's watch this video of Trudeau so you understand what I'm talking about.
I didn't get to choose this place. I was born here, and I can almost take it for granted. And anytime I meet people who got to make the deliberate choice, whose parents chose Canada, I'm jealous.
So he essentially says that since I was born in Canada, I'm a Canadian by being born here. I'm taking that for granted. So let's continue. Let's continue listening to him.
Because I think being able to choose it rather than being Canadian by default is an amazing statement of attachment to Canada, which is.
So it's amazing. It's if you choose Canada, okay. If you were not born in Canada and you choose Canada to live, if you're an abroadian in Canada, then you are demonstrating more attachment, more love for the country than those who were born in the country. So essentially he's saying that those who were born abroad outside of Canada and come to live in Canada deserve to be called Canadians. I'm trying to keep my English in check with this one, but this is just baffling. I needed to share this with you because I thought that this was some kind of joke or something. But no, this is not a joke. He said that. Oh, I'm jealous of those who chose Canada. I was born in here. There's no big deal. If you were born in here, then it's like, it's by default. You are a Canadian by default. Those who come here, they chose.
Which is why I always sort of laugh whenever you see people who are, not many of them, but intolerant or think, oh yeah, no, go back to your own country. Well, no. you chose this country. This is your country more than it is for others because we take it for granted, we default.
This is your country more. I have to repeat that. I have to repeat that.
This is your country more than it is for others because.
And the others are those who were born Canadians. What the
For others because we take it for granted, we default into this place. And
we take it for granted. If you were born in Canada, you automatically, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, has said that you take your country for granted. It's that simple. Those who come from outside and choose to live in Canada, they deserve more appreciation and stuff.
I think understanding that power of building a country that is made of people who chose or whose ancestors chose to build a new life here is really, really exciting.
I would like Trudeau. I would love Trudeau to have that exact same statement, that conversation with the natives. I don't know how to say this. You know, all these native Canadians that are from, before the invasion. I would like him to say this to their faces to see how they react. If he has the balls to say that to their faces, I don't think he will be able to do that. And further proof that these people hate Canadians with all their guts. With all their guts is this. Remember this clip. Remember this is Canada's finance minister. Ex-finance minister Chrystia Freeland has resigned. She is laughing about freezing the bank accounts of truckers who protested Trudeau's tyrannical COVID policies.
So you're confirming that accounts have been frozen, both personal and corporate, but
you see that you see the way that she's got her that body language of delight of controlling and trying to destroy these people's livelihoods.
You're not releasing the information. And the actual follow-up is, I'm just wondering whether the bank accounts will be targeted of individuals who donated to the Give, Send, Go and the GoFundMe campaigns. Are they considered designated people under the Emergencies Act, meaning that their credit cards could be cut and financial services are targeting them as well?
I remember that there was a video that people were asking me to analyze of this woman in which she has all this, she's all over the place with her body language movement. It's so odd to watch.
Okay, so the names of both individuals and entities, as well as crypto wallets, have been shared by the RCMP with financial institutions. And accounts have been frozen.
Accounts have been frozen because you're going to do as we say, or else.
And more accounts will be frozen. Crowdfunding platforms and payment service providers have started the registration process with FinTrack. In terms of the specifics on whose accounts are being frozen, you now have the regulations. The financial service providers have those regulations as well, and they, working with law enforcement, will be making the operational decisions.
What is the difference of this with North Korea? What is the difference with this with North Korea? The control, not only how you despise, you hate your citizens and you control them and you have this ambition to go full sadist on your own citizens. And who in their right mind elects these people? I don't know. But one thing is for certain, socialism everywhere. Socialism has never worked. Socialism has never worked and never will. Oh, what about the countries, the Scandinavian countries? Well, I can have a word or two about that. Maybe we can do a full show about that. But no, this is not working, especially because these people on the left hate you with all their guts, and they will eventually make your life miserable. Sadly, this is the only thing that we have. Communism and Marxism. Yeah, this is part of this globalist agenda. As part of this globalist agenda, we got a couple more topics today. We need to talk about the drones. We have a very good explanation of what the drones are happening. What's happening with the drones? Let's see if I make sure that I don't mess up. There are 2 videos here. If any video needs captions, just before we move on to the next video, I make sure that there's okay. Before we talk about the drones, let's make a. Before we talk about the drones, we need to talk about Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson makes Broadway debut in & Juliet, a queer twist on Romeo and Juliet, because he had to be queer, right? He had to be queer. They have to make everything gay. It's like that South Park episode about Star Wars. You have seen it? You have seen it? They begin mocking Kathleen Kennedy. Put a chicken head. Make it. Put a chicken head. Make it lemon gay. That's just awesome. That South Park episode. They have to make everything gay. I don't understand why. The play features May, Juliet's he, she, they best friend. Jackson previously said it was her life goal to perform on a Broadway stage. Why can't she just stay there? Why can't she stay there? By the way, I'm going to just make it clear. I remember one show that I liked. There was I don't know if this was like 20 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago. It was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. I love that show indeed. You remember that show? Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. I got a lot of tips there about how grooming, not the grooming that you're thinking, grooming as in the appearance, but you know what I mean. It was a great show, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Let me know if you watch it. But what exactly is queer? I don't know. It's a lighter way of saying gay. That show could have been said the gay eye for the straight guy. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been awesome still. Yeah, some of you have watched it. Jackson previously said it was her life goal to perform on a Broadway stage. And this is, I'm going to mute this. We don't need any sounds. The Supreme Court Justice on Broadway, she's happy. She's doing okay. She's enjoying herself, I guess. Okay. She's doing her gestures. Okay. This is very 90s, right? This is very point break gestures. Full 90s. I miss the 90s. Oh yeah. Maybe you can stay in Broadway. And she's enjoying herself. Oh yeah, nice. I don't think that for this kind of play, you need to act a lot. You just have to be yourself. This is the DEI. This is the DEI of plays, I guess. Everybody looks so happy. That is nice. Everybody looks so happy. Especially her. She should stay there. Why not? And we have this. I, a Miami girl from a modest background with an unabashed love of theater, dream of one day ascending to the highest court in the land. And I had said so in one of my supplemental applications essays. She said in her memoir. I expressed that I wished to attend Harvard as I believed it might help me to fulfill my fantasy of becoming the first black female Supreme Court justice to appear on a Broadway stage. Well, she got her dream. I cannot blame her for that. I always say, I always have this this quote for you, if you will. I want everybody to get what they aspire for. If you aspire to be the first black female Supreme Court justice to appear on a Broadway stage, that is nice, I guess. I don't know how that helps your career as a Supreme Court justice. I don't know. So just being a Supreme Court justice, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman or black. That shouldn't matter, right? It shouldn't matter, because what matters is meritocracy, right? Who's the best for the job? And we assume that if you're there is because you were one of the best for the job. You were the best selection for the job, is my guess, right? Right? Yes? No? Well, she looks happy. I think she looks happy. That's the most important thing. We need, and Julia, the most fun on Broadway. No, I'm not going to see that. I prefer to watch reruns of Queer Eye for the straight guy. I'm sure that I will find long lost gems in there. She okay, same clip. There's part of that play. Oh, it's nice. I don't know if this is this looks like a man. Is this a man or a woman? I'm not a girl. Don't tell me what to believe. All right, so this is a man, right? It has a frame of a guy. Yeah, that Joe is definitely XY, but I could be mistaken. It's so confusing nowadays. This is so confusing. I am losing my powers. I'm losing my body language powers with this, with all this queer, with this all this queer fluence. All this queer fluence is confusing me. All right, I'm not a girl. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, that's definitely a guy. 100%. Why do I know that he's a guy? Because he's trying to pass as a girl. That's it. He's trying to pass as a girl. Fails miserably in ways that I cannot describe without this beginning unintentionally funny. He looks like he's enjoying what he's doing. I'm pretty sure that it's a great opportunity. Broadway is a huge platform for so many things. I don't think that this is going to be for anybody. I have never really been a fan of theater. If I ever go to New York City, you want to, I don't know, be my tour guide, we can just skip Broadway. I'm not really into theater. That's not my thing. Adam's Apple, very good. Adam's Apple, there's yes, very good. Who said that? I said that. SSGB, you're on point. There's an Adam's Apple there that you cannot be mistaken. Oh, good. Very good. You have completed your training as SGB. You are a Jedi now. What am I talking like, a Sith Lord? I don't know. I'm firstly proud that there are characters in this show, all right, that are in conversation with queer representation and what it means. Nice. Okay. That would be a public for this. I find love in a way that perhaps is often seen as unconventional. And just to make it clear, you know that I love this color. I love pink, magenta. I never remember how to pronounce fuchsia. I say fuchsia because that's how we say in fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. Oh, that is how you say it in English. I never saw that. We say it in Spanish, fucsia. That's why it sounds so, odd in English when I say, sí, el color fucsia. When you say fuck, we have some of a problem in there. We can be a bit of a problem in there because so many misunderstandings. But the right way is
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. What is that? I don't get it. Fuchsia. What is that? That is the way that you say that color. Well, so be it. Again, you learn something every day. You see. Continue this so we can move. And now that we were talking about what's her name? I forgot. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. And we're talking about the words, talking about English words. It's a nice time to remind this graph shared by number of words spoken by each Supreme Court justice in the 2024 term. And I'm going to tell you, Jackson just beat everybody by a lot. And Justice Thomas is succinct, goes to the point. That is the GOAT. It could also be Magenta. Yes, this tells you a lot. She likes to speak a lot. She likes to play a lot in plays. She's enjoying herself. Maybe she can stay in Broadway. Again, I am not going to Broadway. I know many of you are from New York City. I want to make New York City great again. A lot of things will be happening in New York City, but me going to the theater to a play is not going to be one of them. Me going to a play, no, that doesn't roll. That doesn't roll well with me. So, oh my God. What else do we have here? We need to talk about drones. Before we talk about drones, I need to make sure we hear so many interesting topics today. There's something I want to show you. This is going to be in a minute when I sort things out. Here on... Okay, two things. Before we talk about drones, maybe we can talk about this video of Mark Andreessen. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but this is the current state. We need to talk about technology. This is very quick. This is a very quick video, but I wanted to show you that he was this recollection of the meeting with Biden that ultimately led him and so many tech billionaires and so many maybe people that are not billionaires but are in the tech space to endorse Donald Trump. This is the bullet that was avoided. Has captured.
Meetings in D.C. in May where we talked to them about this, and the meetings were absolutely horrifying, and we came out basically deciding we had to endorse Trump.
What did you hear in those meetings?
AI is a technology basically that the government is going to completely control.
AI is a technology that the government is going to completely control. I mean, we have seen all these movies in which AI is like a rogue machine or this rogue entity, namely Terminator, the Terminator franchise. We know how Skynet becomes self-reliant, has this conscious and decides that humanity has to be wiped out. That is horrific, a horrific scenario. We wish. My theory is that before that happened, the AI will shoot itself down. I have the the best theory about that. It's quite optimistic that that's not going to happen. But the fact that believing that the government is going to control AI, that is terrifying. Because how do you control AI? Because if everything is going to, so much is going to be depending on AI, like call centers or the way that traffic lights are controlled, or maybe even flights are controlled, so many stuff. And of course, if you ask ChatGPT what ChatGPT tells you, or the way that it answers you, if that is going to be, or that was going to be controlled by the government, means that some bureaucrats were going to decide what could be said and what not. And that is ultimately really dangerous. What happens with that? That is dangerous in the sense that, okay, so you can essentially control what these magic words on the screen are appearing. You think, you have the idea, you believe that the magic box that is talking to you is unbiased, is fair. But if somebody controls the AI, they can control what is the AI, what was the content that the AI learned from. You have to train your AI in some content, or you have to do it in some way. You have to get that content from somewhere, and you have to select that content, namely books or websites or videos, and ultimately the AI will be a reflection of that. So if the government controls the content, they control the AI, and they will ultimately control those people who will depend on the AI. If you depend on an AI to make decisions, for example, travel decisions, or maybe it's like when you asked Google or Alexa about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, there was an obvious bias about that. And that is dangerous. And we're talking about devices that didn't really use AI to give those answers, but it was programmed on purpose. So that is something that I think these giants of technology knew that this was going to be catastrophic for the country. Catastrophic is an understatement.
Control. This is not going to be a startup thing. They actually said flat out to us, don't do AI startups. Like don't fund AI startups. It's not something that we're going to allow to happen.
Don't fund startups. Don't fund AI. It's not something that we are going to allow to happen. We are going to control everything that happens in AI. They were essentially going to go full Europe. And one of the things, my biggest complaints about Europe, is that Europe keeps falling behind in technology. Europe keeps falling behind in progress, and it's not turning around anytime soon. So many regulations, so many stuff. I love Europe. I love every single country in Europe. Europe is beautiful, but between the unfettered immigration, in between all the regulations, in between that, being an entrepreneur in Europe is basically impossible. They saw the writing in the wall, and they knew that whatever Kamala Harris was planning to do, and whatever Biden, of course, Kamala Harris was going to continue whatever Biden was going to do. It was Democrats, rats. Like you know that's why there's that rats at the end of Democrats. That was going to happen. They're going to fool regulation, they're going to control everything, and they're going to, of course, make sure that no entrepreneur and no startup could be alive in terms of AI, and then China could take over. Okay, we're going to just put a leash on these entrepreneurs and let China take over, because you know that China has the infrastructure, and that's why they are building so many nuclear plants right now.
They're not going to be allowed to exist. There's no point. They basically said AI is going to be a game of 2 or 3 big companies working closely with the government, and we're going to basically wrap them in I'm paraphrasing, but we're going to basically wrap them in a government cocoon.
We are going to wrap them in a government cocoon. Imagine the government not only having access to surveillance, access to absolutely zero transparency, zero accountability, all the power in this, how AI is used. And of course, the most important thing is that they would have access to the queries or the questions that people ask the AI, and they will have even more control as the control they have through Facebook. And that's why you see all these tech companies, including Zuckerberg from Meta, trying to appease the next president of the United States, Donald Trump, the president-elect Donald Trump, because they know what's coming to them. They don't want to be, we don't want any sort of investigation into us.
From competition, we're going to control them, and we're going to dictate what they do. And then I said, well, I don't understand how you're going to lock this down so much, because like the math for, AI is like out there and it's being taught everywhere. And, they literally said, well, during the Cold War, we classified entire areas of physics and took them out of the research community, and like entire branches of physics basically went dark and did.
So yeah, we can control science. We can essentially control science. One thing that I could say positively about Meta is that they have released this. I don't know if that's good. In fact, I really don't trust Mark Zuckerberg, but they have released these models that you can have yourself, like disconnected from the internet, train them yourself with your content, the content that you decide, and will have your own AI. And the models, for all that we know, the models themselves are, I'm sure that they have been scrutinized from people that are way smarter than myself. And they're just like empty models that you can train in your content so you can create your own AI. So that's a good thing, I guess. Because it's not that ChatGPT that depends on a company and the company makes those decisions. No, you download the model in your computer. The model can be disconnected from the internet, and you can use it, and you can teach it what you want to. Maybe, again, I think in my limited understanding that is a good move from Meta, because they want people researching this. They want to open up this because their goals, their financial goals, are dependent on other things. It's like all that. I'm going to go full the meta quest. I'm not going to delve into that, because it's like Zuckerberg has, of course, financial goals. Those financial goals means from dominating all that landscape, and that's why they offer all this that is so open. Except if you talk bad about the government, like in my videos and my Facebook page that was deleted.
And that if we decide we need to, we're going to do the same thing to the math underneath AI.
Wow.
And I said, I've just learned two very important things. Because I wasn't aware of the former, and I wasn't aware that you were, even conceiving of doing it.
I wasn't aware of you conceiving it. Yeah, I wasn't aware that the government was planning doing this, was planning all this control, and you can imagine how important was AI for the next. Well, it's not the next 5 or 10 years. No, the next phase of humanity, and the United States couldn't afford itself to just be fettered by this control. That's why I think they did the right thing. There are a couple topics still. So a couple topics still today. So many of you still here. Let me see. Just in case. Okay, there's we got the all the press conference, the Trump press conference. I'm going to dissect that and maybe make a body language analysis. Maybe we can make that body language analysis tomorrow. We're already almost clocking on at 2 hours today, but we have one more topic that I want to talk about. I want to talk about that. And right, so we can move to the drones. Something that is really concerning. Is gonna try to make this video this next section as succinct as possible. The video that you're about to see is a bit longish. I just accelerated it like 20%, so you're gonna has all the captions. But this is important. What you're about to see is perhaps the best explanation yet. This is still not confirmed, of course, but it could be a good explanation of what is going on with all these drones in New Jersey thing. So I'm going to be playing this at this speed and making just quick comments, because this is really concerning if this is true, and would make sense at the same time of why are there so many drones specifically in New Jersey and now in New York, and why do they come out at night?
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway.
Yeah, there's more than enough.
Back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay, we don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are.
We don't know where these nuclear warheads are. That's not a sentence that you want to hear. That's not something that you want to hear.
And I speak with some pretty high level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay?
Yeah, I know that this sounds like a James Cameron movie. This absolutely sounds like True Lies. Remember, like True Lies? I'm trying to add some levity to this, but if there's any truth to this, what is the other explanation? What is the other explanation? I don't know.
Serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it.
Yeah, that has been happening for a while. First, the proxy war through Ukraine, and now, well, they're threatening. They're poking the bear over and over again.
Okay. Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here to Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that come up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night, unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone.
The idea is how these drones can see at night, what are they searching for, and how they use any kind of optics to be able to find whatever they're looking for. Is this radioactive? Is this some kind of signal? Some kind of how do those drones detect this?
To be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines.
But why would that be from the air? Wouldn't that be better? I don't know. A drone trying to detect a methane gas. I don't know how that works.
You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature. Because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient, before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material.
Okay.
So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it.
Yeah, literally the plot of True Lies, I think.
Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my guess.
How do you hide that? Aren't there like ways to detect that from, I don't know, some kind of pulse or radiation? I believe it was John Kermack that made a commentary about how drones should emit this kind of signal, so you can have a serial number that they emit, so you know that they are legit, that they're not this secret stuff. Why so much secrecy with drones that are everywhere, and with this lights and all this show and all this stuff, and they don't come clean about what is going on? What is the government hiding?
My own guess is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it.
Yeah, because if they were nefarious in intent, well, New Jersey will be toast by now.
But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying and flying that low is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night.
Other than to piss people off at night. Michael Martin, super chat, thank you. I know that in the mid-90s, 100 nuclear briefcase bombs went missing from Russia. To my knowledge, they have never been found. That is not very encouraging, Michael. But, well...
That's it. So, my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground. Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multicopter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multicopters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multicopter.
That is important. We were talking about that the other day. It's not like a mothership out in the ocean and send those drones out to New Jersey and then come back to the mothership. No, they wouldn't have the autonomy for that.
And fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. So again, I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks, directly to the negative. However,
yeah, but it's what you have shared with us, man. What you have shared with us, it's just something that we need to maybe buff. I don't know how. I don't think that maybe some of you smoke. I think we need a cigarette right now. Not near a gas leak, that's for sure. Not near a gas leak. But what you're implying, what this guy is implying, is that somebody lost a nuclear warhead, something that goes boom, very boom, and that thing that goes very boom is near New York, in New Jersey, and they're looking for that. That's covering Joe's heart.
However, I know as a professional, we build professional stuff for the military. I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important. So anyway, let me know what you think of this video. I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not
smell something very important. Maybe it's trying to smell cow farts. Maybe that's what they're trying to smell. Again, that's this is unconfirmed, but people are saying, what would be the other reason? They are looking for something, and they are looking for something especially in New Jersey. For some reason, they know that there's something in there that we were talking about the other day. If you're trying to test drones, you have deserts everywhere that you can use to test drones and everywhere. You have to test the drones in a city. Oh, this is just a drone test. You come forward. Oh, this is just a drone test. But the reason that they don't say much is why so many drones, because this is something urgent. This is the only reason that I come up with. And the fact that it is urgent, then, well, let's see that it's just, I don't know, it's, I would only say that January 20 cannot come soon enough. Oh my God. Do we have anything? I think we are done for today. There's a breaking news, by the way. I'm going to share with you some breaking news. The breaking news is that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is considering resigning, according to CTV News. Sources have reportedly told the outlet that Trudeau is considering prorogation or resignation and may address Parliament today at 2 p.m. What time is it in Canada? Right now? It should be addressing Parliament right now. The report comes after Canada's Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland, suddenly announced that she was quitting. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, I don't know how to pronounce. How do you pronounce that? Let me see. I always have this sign that says kind of Yuglish. Wait a second. Let me see if I can. I want to pronounce that right. And the show is basically finished, so we can spend some time chatting. I want to know how do I pronounce this?
All right. Lastly, you mentioned Pierre Poilievre and the conservatives.
There's this site called Yuglish, which is my favorite site for this, and they always have different videos with the corresponding pronunciations.
stance and the approach that Mr. Poilievre is taking.
Poilievre.
Mr. Poilievre hasn't talked.
Poilievre.
That Pierre Poilievre turned his back.
Poilievre. Anyone knows? Poilievre. Oh, Poilievre, and that's it. Poilievre. Thank you. That's bad. That is nice. That's very easy. It's very. I saw you, Veronica. Oh my God, I'm scrolling, and you don't like me scrolling. Where are you, Veronica? I saw your comment. It was Veronica. Veronica Olson, Trudeau just watched your show. Yes, he did. Oh my God. Resignations are coming. Hold on. Resignations are coming. Let me see what else do we see here. Last minute. Sources are confirming that Trudeau is now seriously considering resigning. This 2 p.m. press conference is going to be wild. Oh my God. Macron would be next. Jean Cartier. I'm glad at least Jesus says my name right. I try to do my best, Jean Cartier. Saludos de Paraguay, Jesús Wolfen. Saludos de Paraguay. You can stand the whirring sound of drones, quiet girl. I love it when Jesus does the Batman voice. I sometimes do the Batman voice. I sometimes do it. It's 2 hours. Today's 2 hours just went like this. Today's 2 hours went just like so fast. It was such an amazing show today. I think that we could do like 1 more hour, but you know how it is. I have to keep an eye on my energy levels and sleep. I need to sleep. Something that I will be sharing with you. Let's just make sure. There's a lot. I need to sit down and watch those press conferences. Trump's press conference. Trudeau's press conference. We have already a lot to do for tomorrow. I could do this for hours, but you know how it is. Sleeping is quality time as well. Time flies when you talk about spanking. What, Mistress Kate? What? When did I mention spanking? Did I mention spanking? Did I mention spanking at some point? I did. I don't remember. But well, we have one super chat. Remember to subscribe and like and follow me on YouTube, on X, and on Rumble, 3 platforms, and download my completely free body language tips in the description of this video, and I will be able to send you. You will be subscribed to my email list. I haven't been sending emails that much lately. I should be sending more emails, but I've been focused on this show. That's why it's going so smooth. That's why it's going so nice, especially because you, my lovely body language buddies, you're on the live chat. We are here. We are in this great stream and great Jesus Nation. We are strong. Yes, indeed, we are strong. And well, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and until we meet tomorrow on episode 46, remember the most important words. Much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.